Hey YouTube, welcome to a monthly pickup video for January 2013. It's the first monthly pickup video of the year, and for the first time in a while, or maybe it's just the first time ever, I've actually played through all of the games that I purchased this month, so it's a good start to the new year. I'm gonna kick things off with some video game related items, and in this case they're all books, and I've got my fingers crossing my fingers, guys, that I can get out two separate videos for these items I'm going to show you. The first one I just received on Friday. I pre-ordered it off of Amazon. It's the Legend of Zelda Hyrule Historia. It's an art book, but I don't want to just call it an art book because it's a lot more than that. It actually has a lot of amazing information in there. It's just wonderful. Usually when you get books like this, they're usually just set pieces. You know, you sit them on your coffee table and display them. But in this case, I'm actually reading through this thing and I'm loving every bit of it. It's amazing. So I do want to get a video out for this. Not so much of a review, but just, you know, kind of just showing you what it's all about. Around this time last year, if you guys can remember, I put out a video that focused on video game related books. And two books that I showed off were actually mangas from the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney series, and I just got around to actually finishing these books, and they're just so cool. Really good stuff. So, you know, I found out that the series is actually ended, so I went to Barnes & Noble and I found the rest of the books in the series. This is book 3, book 4, and book 5, and they're really quick reads. I'm going to get around to reading these and doing a review on the series. And then I also saw that Miles Edgeworth has his own manga series, so once I get around to reading those, if you guys want to see it, I'll definitely do a review on that series as well. Alright, so moving on to the games, or in this case, new system. Hopefully you guys got to see the unboxing that I did of the new Crystal White PlayStation 3 Super Slim. I'm calling it the Super Slim. It's the redesigned model, 500 gigabytes, awesome stuff. I know a lot of people don't like this new redesign and they think it's pretty cheap, but I actually like it. I think it's pretty cool. It's a lot slimmer than the PlayStation 3 Slim, and it's really quiet. It just looks really good. I did pick up one portable game this month, and the reason I picked it up is because I saw Craig, or TV and Lust, that's his YouTube channel. I saw his latest collection video, and he was just talking about style-savvy trendsetters, and I just knew I had to see what this game was all about. I know this looks really corny and cheesy and just stupid, but as we all have heard before, we shouldn't judge a book by its cover, or in this case, we shouldn't judge a game by its box art, because we all know that there's some horrible box art out there, but the games actually tend to be really good. Style Savvy Trendsetters is just plain fun. Simply put, it's a fun game. You start off as either a boy or a girl, you can choose your gender, and you start off as an assistant in this boutique, and you're basically just helping people pick out clothes that they want, you know, trying to choose the right clothes for people. And I know that sounds stupid. Okay, whatever. But it's a lot more than that. This game offers a lot when it comes to just different type of gameplay, just different types of gameplay. I mean, you have the customization element, which is where you can customize your apartment. You customize your clothes, you customize other people's clothes, you know, you give them clothes that you think they might like. Then it also has like resource management. As you play through the game, you start to, you know, kind of build cred, and people start to respect your opinion on fashion. So you can go to buyer centers and buy clothes, and eventually you'll get your own boutique, and you have to go and, you know, use your resources wisely to stock your boutique and things of that nature. I mean, there's a lot of resource management in here, and there's also like life simulation. You know, you have to like build connections with other people to kind of get your name out there, you know, so they could actually think that you know what you're talking about when it comes to fashion and things of that nature. It's really cool. I was just really surprised by this game. You know, there's a lot in here, and I'm sad that people just might look past this game because of the way the box art looks. Nintendo, this is published by Nintendo, it's put out by Nintendo. It's amazing. They did a fantastic job with it. It's just something that I never thought that I would actually get into. I mean, a fashion game. but it's just a lot more than that. It's really good, and if you're interested, definitely, you don't want to take the risk, definitely try out the demo. There's a free demo on the eShop, and let me know what you think about it. But this is hot stuff right here. This is definitely something you got to think outside the box, you know, be open-minded, try it out. It's good stuff. For the Xbox 360, I picked up two similar games. They're not really similar, but they kind of are. They're kind of in the same genre. Anarchy Reigns and DMC Devil May Cry. I'll talk about Anarchy Reigns first because that was the first game that I purchased this year and actually enjoyed it. It's a Platinum game. It's developed by Platinum, published by Sega. It was supposed to come out in 2012 last year, but it got pushed back. I think it's been out in Japan for more than a year now. And if you've ever played any other Platinum game before, I'm sure you'll know what to expect. Even though this isn't my favorite Platinum game, it's still fun. It still has that Platinum feel to it. The story is just wacky. You play as the main character. Actually, there's two main characters, but the one that you guys may already know is the main character from the Nintendo Wii exclusive Mad World. His name is Jack Kamen. You play as him and then another character. His name is Leo. And it's just over the top, wacky, crazy. You'll meet other characters along the way. I think there's 16 other characters that you unlock or something like that. You can use those characters in the single player game throughout some parts, or you could use them in multiplayer. This game does have multiplayer. I haven't tried it out yet though. But I don't know, this is a brawler. This is more of a brawler beat 'em up that's just a little different. I don't know, like the mission structure is a little weird, but once you give it a chance, you know, you might actually enjoy it. And then DMC Devil May Cry is a reboot to the series, and I actually really enjoyed it. I know a lot of people really didn't. It seems that there was a big backlash on this game, and I'm not quite sure why. I don't know if it was mostly fanboys whining about the fact that this is something different. Dante doesn't look the same, but if you ask me, I think Dante looks a lot better in this game. I actually like this version of Dante. He just seems a lot, you know, he's a lot younger, a lot hipper, just cool. I like the presentation of this game. This is put out by Ninja Theory, which is a mind blower because I didn't really think that they would do something like this, but they did a fantastic job. For those of you that don't know, Ninja Theory put out the PlayStation launch title, Heavenly Sword, which was pretty good, and Enslaved, Journey to the West. I think it's Journey to the West, but Enslaved. And that's an awesome game. I really enjoyed that game. They did a great job. The visual presentation is just awesome. There's filters all over the place. It just looks really good. And I think the music is a nice fit. It's very fitting for the action that takes place in this game. I love the upgrade system. I actually use guns a lot more in this version of Devil May Cry than any other Devil May Cry game that I've ever played. I don't know, maybe I'm not playing them right, but I liked using the guns in this game. I also like the fact that there was a lot more platforming in this game as well. I was surprised by that. Forget what everyone else has said or what the fanboys have said about DMC. Hopefully that's not causing you to not buy this game. This is a really good action game, hack and slash game with amazing presentation and some really good boss battles. I also picked up Family Guy Back to the Multiverse for the Xbox 360. This is another game that didn't necessarily review well, and I'm not quite sure if it sold well, but I got it on sale for $25, and I think that's a really good price. I'm playing through it right now, and I actually enjoy it. I didn't know what to expect. Thought it was going to be terrible, but it totally isn't a terrible game. If you like Family Guy, totally consider this game for the right price. You play as Stewie and Brian, and you're going back to the multiverse. Not quite sure where the story is going right now. I've only played like an hour and a half of it. It has co-op. It's not online co-op, but it does have split screen co-op, which kind of annoys me. I played this last night with my son. We were doing some co-op action, and it's split screen right down the middle. vertically, and it was giving me a headache. I don't know, it was really weird. So I had to ask him to stop playing with me because it was just bothering me. And to be honest, it actually reminds me of the Simpsons game that was put out for the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 a couple years back. It has that same feel to it. You know, you have missions and secondary missions and all that good stuff. A lot of exploring, you're shooting, you're hitting. I mean, a little bit of platforming, not too much, but it's basically, you know, you're going around and just trying to get to the next mission. And you know, it's mindless fun, which is the case with most video games. So Best Buy has this thing called the deal of the day, which is basically where one item or a couple items are on sale for one day only. And a couple weeks ago, Little Big Planet Karting was on sale. It's exclusive to the PlayStation 3. It was on sale for 20 bucks, and I figured that was a good price. I mean, $20 for a kart racer. And I already kind of knew what I was getting into since I got into the beta in the summertime or during the summer. But yet again, this is one of those games that didn't review well, and I don't think it sold all that well either. Maybe that's the theme of this month. You know, Steph buys games that have reviewed poorly or have gotten a lot of hate, because I did get a few of them that a lot of people don't really seem to like. But Little Big Planet Karting is actually fun. I mean, I don't see what the big deal is. If you like Little Big Planet, hey, you're gonna like, and you like kart racers, you're gonna like this game. I mean, it's that simple. Now, I will say my only two big problems with the game, and they're not even really big problems. One is the weapons. The weapons aren't that great. And if you play kart racing games, you know, weapons are essential. You know, that's an essential part of the experience, you know, and I don't think the weapons are all that good compared to other kart racing games, their weapons. And I will say the load times, but hello, that's no big surprise. I mean, the load times take a while. They're not fast, but they're not, you know, I'm not waiting days to get around to actually race. So those aren't big problems, but I did notice that off the break. It's fun. I mean, you can create levels. It has that same play, create, share aspect as the Little Big Planet games do. I'm having fun with it so far. Finally, I've made it to the last game, and this game is special to me because I have this love and hate relationship with it. I love it for the game that it is. I'm enjoying it. I'm having so much fun with it. I can't get enough. But yet I hate it because of the situation that I went through. And I'm sure after saying that, you all know what I'm talking about. It's Ni No Kuni Wrath of the White Witch, which is exclusive to the PlayStation 3. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the Wizard Edition to share with you guys. And that's because Digital River screwed up my order. Not only my order, but hundreds of other people's orders. Yeah, it was screwed up and it was canceled. And at the time that this happened, I was really upset about it. I will say that I pre-ordered this Wizard Edition on June 29th, 2012. I got in early, guys, before the Nino starter, way before they opened pre-orders back up. So, you know, I'm thinking I'm guaranteed a copy, especially since at the time that I pre-ordered it, money was taken out of my account. And I know it was taken out of my account for a fact because my husband pointed it out to me. He wanted to know what that money would, like what I bought with that money. And I remember specifically explaining to him that I pre-ordered a game online. And yeah, so I'm thinking that, you know, I already purchased the game. Come to find out, I get an email on January 22nd, a couple weeks ago, telling me, this is the day of release, telling me that my order had been canceled due to insufficient funds or invalid card or something of that nature. Actually, no, it was insufficient funds. And I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what is going on? I call customer service, and the first thing they tell me is that it was a glitch in the system and that a lot of people were receiving those emails, but that my pre-order was safe. I was going to get my pre-order, my edition. I was going to have my Wizard Edition. So, I felt better for a few minutes until I did some investigating and I saw that a lot of people were getting these emails. I called back and I explained to a different person what was going on, and they looked it up and they told me that it was insufficient funds. The card was rejected. So I explained to them that, you know, money was taken out. I didn't know that they took the money out and put it back. I'm not sure, you know, whatever. And they basically told me there was nothing I could do about it. Now, the thing is that credit card, I no longer have. I didn't have it. I canceled it back in July. We were moving. I thought I lost my wallet, you know, in the midst of all the craziness. If anyone's ever moved, you know how that goes. Thought I lost my wallet, and that's my bank account card. You know what I'm saying? So I canceled it like any normal person would do. So the reason it was insufficient funds was because that card was no longer valid. And I explained that to the lady, and I wanted to be able to give her my new credit card number so she could just charge that and everything would be cool. But they weren't having it. They did not take my new credit card number, nothing. And I thought it was just poor taste. It was disgusting. I was so angry. But then I got over it. It just wasn't worth getting upset about. I'm still a little salty about it. Just a little salty about it. Because it was just such bad customer service. The best thing they said that they were going to do for me was give me a $20 coupon for anything off of the Namco Bandai store, which is just dumb. Like, why would I go and spend money on a store that totally jipped me out of something that I really wanted? There's nothing else that I want on the Namco Bandai store. I want my Wizards edition. You know, that's what I was saying to the lady. They still weren't having it. So whatever. That day I went to GameStop and I was talking to the manager there, and he was kind enough to give me the Steelbook, the exclusive Steelbook case that you got from pre-ordering at GameStop. So GameStop came through, which is awesome. I can't say that, I don't say that too often, but they actually did come through this time around. I actually also picked up the strategy guide, which is amazing. This thing it's awesome. You know, it has everything in here, you know, everything that you need. And it also, in the back of the book, it has interviews with people that worked on the game, you know, as far as music, and there's concept art and all types of good stuff. I mean, it's a really nicely done strategy guide. One of my favorite in my collection. Ni No Kuni is an amazing RPG. It's a mixture of turn-based battling and real-time battling. I know that sounds weird, but just think of it like any other Tales game. It has that same feel that the Tales of games do. And if you could mix any Tales of game with Pokemon, you totally get Ni No Kuni. That's the feeling that I get when I play this game. I don't want to give away the story, but I feel like I had this connection to the story. You play as a young boy, and the connection with his mother, or the reason why he's trying to save the world, is just awesome. Usually, you know, save the world RPGs, we've all seen it before, but I feel like there's a reason for this boy Oliver to do the things that he has done. And maybe that's because I have a son, and you know, if I could imagine, he would do the same for me, even though we don't live in a virtual world. But it's kind of cool. Visually, this game is stunning. Oh my gosh, my husband has walked through a couple times, or walked by a couple times, and thought that I was watching a movie. It's just bananas how awesome this game looks. And a couple times my husband has also asked me if I'm playing Pokemon, which is kind of weird, because it does have that Pokemon feel, like I mentioned. I can also say that I put in about 20 hours, and I'm sure I haven't scratched the surface. I've been spending a lot of time doing the bounty hunting and side quests, side missions, all of that good stuff. It's just a magical, charming game so far. Only 20 hours in, and I feel like I could play like 40 hours more. It's ridiculous, you know, it's just that good. But yeah, this is where it's at, guys. I'm gonna be playing this for a while. It's really, really good. So that's everything that I picked up in January of 2013. Man, February's here, and there are some big name titles coming out, so I can't wait to get my hands on them. And I can't wait to put out more videos as well. If you haven't had a chance yet, definitely check out some of the different videos that I'm putting out, just trying to see you know, what we can do here a little different as far as videos go and the variety of videos that I put out. So check those videos out, and of course there's going to be more videos in the future. And I want to thank all of you guys for watching this video, and as always, I'll check you next time.